You have probably heard about the ICT silver bullet. You've seen other traders talk about it, you might have seen the original ICT video, and you might have seen also mine video about the silver bullet strategy. And this is what ICT said himself about the strategy.
To quit your job, all you have to do is find something that repeats every day that can yield you 5 handles.
Even though a lot of people showed you how to trade the strategy, you might even have watched the original video or the several videos I made about ICT silver bullet strategy, but still it is unclear for you. You're still not profitable with it, and today I'm here to tackle that. I'm going to go through the rules with you once again, I'm going to backtest this with you, and I'm going to give you some tips how you can use this year to become profitable. Let's get into it. So in some certain videos about the silver bullet strategy, I added some rules or I left some rules behind. I changed up some things to give you basically the basic blueprint that you need in order to make your own silver bullet strategy, or just to add some tweaks here and there. Today we're going to do it differently. We're going to follow the exact strategy that ICT gave, and I'm just going to explain it in a manner that you might understand it a little bit better. Even if I can help one person today understand this better, my job will be complete. So first of all, the minimum trade framework should be 10 points or 40 ticks for indices. The minimum trade framework should be 15 pips for forex. And with framework, it doesn't mean stop loss or take profit where you're going in or out of your trade. This is just the room that you have in order to take your trade. So for example, from your entry to the next buy side or sell side liquidity, because this is what you will be targeting, is at least 15 pips in forex, 40 ticks in indices. And to clarify this a little bit more, ICT explains that 10 handles are the same as 20 pips on forex and 5 handles the same as 10 pips on forex. So for forex you just have to double it. Now there are many frameworks for the silver bullet strategy, and there are some things that you need to pay attention to. So you need to pay attention to the previous daily high and low to get a draw on liquidity there, the previous session high and low to get a draw on liquidity, the previous week high and low to get a draw on liquidity, a return to the current or old new week opening gap, an expansion away from the current or new week opening gap, the classic ICT optimal trade entry, and a confluence of the 2022 model. I know these are a lot of things to pay attention to, and I've made it a little bit more simple for myself. The only things that I pay attention to are the previous day high and low, the previous session high and low, the OTE, and the 2022 model as an extra confluence. Only 4 things for me. But basically, the main point is and the main emphasis is to find the next draw on liquidity. Now, very important, the setup time. The ICT silver bullet is a time-based algorithmic model and is for all asset classes, but it is time-based. So very important. There are 3 times in the day that this setup occurs. First one, from 3 to 4 AM New York Standard Time. This is called the London Open Silver Bullet. The second one is from 10 till 11 AM New York Standard Time. This is called the AM Session Silver Bullet. And the third one is from 2 to 3 PM New York Standard Time. And this is called the PM Session Silver Bullet. Now, it is important to note, and this is something a lot of people struggle with or something isn't clear. It is important for you that the trade opportunity gets formed inside of that window and get entered inside of that window. Like I said, I've made videos in the past where I only wanted to see the entry form inside of this window and the trade get entered later. Now today we're just strictly following how ICT taught us, and we're just doing the classic silver bullet. You have to consider where the next draw on liquidity is. So if this is buy side, if this is sell side, that is very important for you to know. Now very important, you're going to ask, how can I know what the next draw on liquidity is? Let's hop into the charts right now to give you a better understanding of this. Right now we're on FX Replay. I think this is the best backtesting software in the game by far. If you want to get it on a discount, check the link in the description. Use code JORAFX and you get a 15% off. I think backtesting is the best way to test any strategy possible. And FX Replay also gives you top-notch analytics on how you can analyze the strategy and make it better than it already was. So right now, we are on FX Replay and you can see some things already right off the bat. I have some indicators on here. For the people that are going to ask already, no, these are not on TradingView. You might find similar ones on TradingView, but I don't use them on TradingView, so I can't help you with that. These are exclusively on FX Replay because they're developed by FX Replay. So keep that in mind. But what this does is it shows you the next buy side liquidity, it shows you the next sell side liquidity, it gives you all the fair value gaps, and it's basically everything that you need. So some things that were left out in the explanation I gave you before this chart, and it is purely because ICT also didn't explain this inside of these videos, but these are some things that I still find worth discussing with you. So first of all, we pay attention to fair value gaps because these can be our indications of displacement, but also our entry points. yes, we will always enter on a fair value gap. Now, I know ICT doesn't do it like this because he waits until price gets into the fair value gap, then he enters late. But I think it is quite difficult for you to enter on a market order if you're watching the 1 minute. If you can do that, by any means, be my guest. But if you can't, if you have some difficulties with this, just place a limit order. That being said, fair value gaps are very important. Sell side, buy side liquidity is very important. How are we going to determine this? First of all, let me explain very briefly what these indicators do. This one marks our buy side and sell side liquidity. I have one for these sessions. As you can see, it is the AM session New York. As you can see, this is the London session, because it is 3 to 4 AM New York time. And these just give the fair value gaps like said earlier. If we are going to take a look right now, also another thing that I did not mention, also was not mentioned by ICT, is what time frame to use. In his videos, you can see he uses the 5 minutes, he uses the 3 minutes sometimes, and in some videos he uses the 1 minute time frame to enter. Now, I've experienced with the 5 minute and with the 1 minute. I have to say that I like them both equally. In theory, you can practically use them both. It doesn't really matter. I would say that the 5 minute gives you a lot more time to enter and a lot more time to play around with, but you will miss some entries. But you have 3 times a day to get an entry. So I would recommend you to use the 5 minute as first. You can always go to the 1 minute later. For this video, we will use the 1 minute because it just gives us more entries and it will be easy for me to teach if we have more entries. Now, the second thing is how do we get our bias? How do we determine if we are going for sell side or if we're going for buy side? Now, to determine that, I want you to zoom out a little bit. If you're in doubt, zoom out. And it's exactly the same with this strategy. You have to zoom out a little bit to get your bias. And as you can see right now, what is the 1 hour? The 1 hour is in a massive incline. It is in a buy position. The 15 minute is in a massive incline and is in a buying position. The only thing that bothers me a little bit is this 15 minute fair value gap right here that could turn us around. Is this 1 hour fair value gap that could turn us around. And it's the fact that we created a market structure shift on the 1 hour and we might see this retracement coming in right now. So then we're still in doubt. We're going to zoom out a little bit more. At the 4 hour, massive incline of course. Again, we had that market structure shift right here. It is possible that we have a turnaround and create a pullback to these lower areas. So we're still in doubt. Let's go to the daily. The daily is in a very strong incline. It looks that it has come to a place where we can turn around. And yes, you're probably asking me, okay, is this not a little bit much zoomed out? No, because we want to know the story. Even if we're entering on a 1 minute, we want to know the story, where we are, what price is doing and where it is going to. So what did we learn from this? Not much because we have contradicting biases. I would say the current trend is still long. We're not going to predict a turnaround. We're not going to predict a pullback. We're not catching falling knives here. So we're taking long positions until told otherwise. Now the problem is with this, as you can see right here, we have a fair value gap. We have buy side liquidity, but this is not 15 pips like we needed to wait for. As you can see, price entry from here to here is 15 pips. And this was the next buy side liquidity. We do have buy side liquidity up here. So this could be a possibility that we're going for this buy side liquidity. So let's just take that position right here. As you can see, we've missed the fair value gap, but it is not that big of a deal. Again, another unsolved problem. What are you doing with stop losses? So for me, I'll put my stop loss underneath the candle that formed the fair value gap. And keep in mind, the fair value gap is not only one candle, these are 3 candles. You have your opening candle, this is the one right here. You have your imbalance candle, this is the second one, the big middle one with the gap. And you have your closing candle, this is the third one. So when I say put it under the candle that formed the fair value gap, is the one that is lowest from the first 2. Or your opening candle, or your middle imbalance candle. So we're doing it right here. And then we have a 15 pip target, but buy side liquidity is all the way up here. But I'm just going to take it on a 15 pip target. This also gives us a pretty nice 1/2. Let's place in the order. Let's do a market order right here. And let's just see what price is going to do. Okay, price hit take profit. Very easy trade, 1/2. As you can see, we had a 7.8 pip stop loss. We have the 15.6 pip take profit. And this was trade number 1. Now let's go to the next silver bullet session. As you can see, we have a nice go to button right here. And it says next silver bullet session. Isn't this lovely? Next silver bullet session. So as you can see, we went long and we even took out this buy side liquidity position up here. So this could have been a very nice 4.3 odd trade. And this is why you need to make a choice. Or you're going to stick with fixed risk rewards, something that I like. I like the 1/2 system. or you're just going to target the next buy side or sell side liquidity. That's perfectly on you. I like to switch it up. Most of the time I stick to my 1/2s, especially if I've not won a lot of trades yet and I'm just getting warm, then I stick to a 1/2 risk to reward. But now, we have a lot of sell side right here, but we're still in the same scenario. We've taken our buy side, that's correct, but we're still in that uptrend. So we are taking longs until proven otherwise. Let's just see what price is going to do. As you can see, we are now entering the AM session right here, New York AM session. And now we're waiting for a bullish fair value gap. We want to see price coming out strongly with a fair value gap to prove us it is going the other direction. So this is the first fair value gap that we see. Now, as you can see, first candle, second candle, third candle. Now the first one is the lowest, so we use this as our place for stop loss. Target a 1/2, we place the order. We do a limit order right now, as we are now on time for the fair value gap. Okay, we're stopped out immediately. Let's see if we have another opportunity right here somewhere. No, okay, so that was the end of the AM session. Let's go to the next session, that's the PM session, and that is right here. Now here's the thing, the 15-minute did make a break of structure, but did not make a market structure shift, as we only have a lower low right now, and we did not make a lower high. The 1 hour is still bullish, the 4 hour is still bullish of course, and then the daily is also still bullish. So let us see. The 5-minute is in a decline, but it could be the perfect place to start buying again, as we're pretty low inside of the current price leg. So 1 minute, we want to see a very strong displacement move upwards. There we go. I think we're going to take it. Let's just take a long position from here. The first buy side liquidity is right here. The second one is right here, but then we have buy side liquidity up here all the way. So again, let's take the position like this. Now the following thing is that we have a 3 pip stop loss if we're putting it on this low. It is even lower when we're doing this, but of course, if you've ever traded live, you have to take spreads in account. So I always use a 4 pip stop loss at minimum. This is even very tight, but I've noticed that a 4 pip is enough to get away with spreads and everything like that. So let's just take the trade like this, place the order, save, let's go. Okay, price hit stop loss before it went up. Let's go to the next day. So we had 1 win and 2 losses on this occasion. So it is a break-even day. Let's just see what is price doing. Okay, we're still hovering around right here. The 15-minute has changed structure. So we should be able to get a very nice buying position right now. And we have a very nice fair value gap right here. Let's just take the entry. Stops can be underneath here. Let's target that 1/2 again. We have buy side right here that is very close, but we still have those very nice buy sides up there. And the reason I'm not investigating is this the previous daily high, is this a previous weekly high, is this a previous session high, is because FX3Pit is already showing this to me. I don't need to investigate this because it is already showing the next buy side liquidity or the next sell side liquidity. If you're trading live on TradingView, of course, mark your charts up. Okay, this is previous daily high, this is previous session high, this previous weekly high. The next buy side liquidity you see will be the first one. If it doesn't give you enough pips, but you still have room to go to the next one, you can still try and consider taking that trade. Now, let's place this order. A buy limit. Okay, price never tapped this fair value gap. This was unfortunate as we have moved through our target already. Let's just see if we might come back to this target. We did fill these fair value gaps right here. It could be a very nice entry that we unfortunately missed. Okay, now we're outside of our window, so we're going to close this position, delete this order. Let's go to the next silver bullet session. Okay, right here we did came up a very good amount. We did reject the previous lows right here, but we still made this higher low, higher high. So in theory, we still should be good to go for longs, and there's no proof for us that it's going to go the other side. So we still have to take long positions on this one. 4 pip stop loss. 2 pip target like this. Let's place the order. 1 position, a limit order. Price tapped in and went to stop loss immediately. Okay, let's go to the next silver bullet session. This is the last one for the day. It's the PM session. As you can see, price retraced, made equal lows right here, and now it is on its way to make a higher high. So let's see, it is going to take out sell side right here at first. So that's usually a good sign that something like this is going to happen. Then we can take a position right here. As you can see, this is 2 pips, so let's give it 4 pips for us. And let's just take this buy side liquidity as a target. Let's take a limit order. Okay, price went straight through this one again. It is a very difficult one to buy it right there. But now we are having a good position upwards. Let's just see. Okay, price stepped in this first already gap, and I'm afraid we missed this one. Yeah, we did miss this one. But I'm going to show you everything, guys. I'm going to show you the losses, even if we lose a couple in a row, because this is also what you're going to have to deal with. I have around a 50% win rate with the silver bullet, and if you're taking a lot of trades, you also have to endure a lot of losses. There's a chance that you're going to lose 2, 3, 4 in a row. Your risk to reward will always outweigh these losses. So I did a couple of trades before the session that we did today together. As you can see, I've started at the beginning of January. I'm now at the middle of January. That's where we left it off with you guys. As you can see, we have a 45% win rate, 35 trades total taken, 16 wins, 19 losses. It's around a 50% strategy right now. But we did make 21% in 19 days. That is very crazy. Always 1% risk. And I have targeted or a 1 over 2 or the next buy side or sell side liquidity. So these were the days: a 3R, -1, -2R, so this means that I lost 2 trades, then a 5R position, a -2, a 6R, around the break even, a 5R, a 5R, -2, a 5R, a 0.3, so around break even, then a -2, and then a -1 day. This was the current day that I was starting on. I took 1 loss, and then we still have 2 sessions left. So maybe this is a losing day, or maybe it's a break even or a winner. But we don't know that yet. But overall, a 21% gain up till now is very, very promising. I will definitely, again, go over this and backtest this again. I really like the silver bullet. I think it is a very simple mechanical strategy. You just have to backtest it a lot for you to understand it, to see it. And yeah, just follow your bias. And as you can see right now, our bias was right, but our entries came in too high. So that can be a problem with the strategy. But nonetheless, great results. I want you to give this a try. Check out FX Replay to give it a try. If you're still struggling with getting funded or getting to know these strategies, I have some open spots for a one-on-one mentorship. Probably the last open spots that I will do in a long while. Why? I'm building something better and I don't really have the time to keep on taking a lot more clients. So here's the deal. 6 months, you and me one-on-one, we speak every week, I give you assignments, I give you homework, and you will get guaranteed funded within these 6 months. If this is not the case, then I will keep on teaching you for free until you do. Of course, you need to do all the homework and attend to every class and meet with me every week. But if you can do that, then I guarantee you that you will get funded, plus you will get a payout. So if that is something that excites you, if that's something that you've been looking for, check out the first link in the description and then we might meet soon. I hope you enjoyed this video and we will see each other in the next one. Bye bye guys.